Hi there guys, I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech, and in this video, I'll be showing you the most important tips and tricks for Vivo V23. By the way, I'll also be making a dedicated video for the best feature section where I'll be talking about all the features offered by this phone. So definitely check out that video as well, link will be in the description. With that said, first I'll start off with the navigation gestures. Now once you enable the navigation gestures, you can swipe from the bottom of the screen to go home. You can swipe and hold for recent apps. And you can swipe from the left side or the right side of the screen to go back a step. To trigger Google Assistant, you can swipe diagonally from the bottom left corner or the bottom right corner. Just swipe it and Google Assistant will trigger. Next we have split screen mode. Now split screen mode allows you to use two applications at the same time. And there are multiple ways to open or start split screen mode. First we can do it from the recent apps page. Just go to the recent apps page and click on the app icon and select open split screen mode. Then the current application will open up in the top window. Then you can select the secondary application from the list below, or you can go to the home screen and then select the secondary application. Another way to start split screen mode is from the notification toggles. Just go to the notification toggles and click on split screen and you'll enter the split screen mode. The third way is using a gesture. On this phone we have a 3-finger gesture to quickly open the split screen mode. On any compatible application, you just need to swipe up using 3 fingers and you'll open the split screen mode. Very few phones out there offer this particular feature and it works really well. Next, we are going to talk about small window. Now this feature allows you to open applications in a smaller window. You can do that directly from the recent apps page. Go to the recent apps, click on the app icon and click on open in a small window. Once you do that, that particular application will open up in a floating window. You can move it around, you can resize it, you can minimize it into a pop-up bubble. When you click on the bubble, it opens up in a mini window. Next, we also have the option to maximize the app to full screen or close it. By the way, we can only use one application in mini window and we can't use it along with split screen mode. Next, I'm going to show you different ways to take screenshots on your phone. First way is using the buttons. You can just press the volume down and power button both at the same time to take a screenshot. Next, we also have the 3-finger screenshot gesture on this phone. It's enabled by default. If it doesn't work, you can just enable it. Now this is how it works. Once you enable this feature, just swipe down using 3 fingers and you'll be able to take a screenshot. It's very simple and it's very handy. Next, I'm going to show you how to take long screenshots. To take a longer screenshot, first you need to take a regular screenshot. You can either use the buttons or the gesture. Now once you take a screenshot, you get a preview and from here, click on long screenshot button. And then your phone will automatically take a longer screenshot. Now besides all this, we also have a feature called as Capture on this phone, which offers tons of features related to taking screenshots. You can access it from the notification toggles. From here, you can take a long screenshot, a rectangular screenshot where we can just crop the preview screen. We can take funny screenshots. In that we have shaped screenshots where we can take screenshots in different shapes. We have lasso screenshots where you can just draw a shape on the screen and you'll get that exact screenshot. We also have doodle screenshots where you can doodle on the screen and it's captured as a screenshot. We can also record animations, that's basically recording the entire screen or just part of the screen. You can record it for 15 seconds and save it as a GIF. Next we have the regular screen recording where we can record the entire screen for a prolonged period of time. Next we have eye protection mode. Now using phones or computer displays late at night will affect our sleep because of the blue light emitted by the display. So to prevent that, we have this feature called eye protection mode on your phone, which puts a warm tint on the screen. You can enable it from the toggles or from the display settings, and you can also schedule it to automatically turn on and turn off. We can also change the intensity of this warm tint. I would personally recommend you to use it right from today. Next we have bubbles for chat conversations. Now this is another feature that really doesn't work, but it's a pretty cool feature overall. Once you enable this feature, every time you get a message from apps like Messages or even WhatsApp, conversations will appear as floating icons on top of other applications. Currently, this feature only works with few apps and we can't even choose which apps either. As I've said, it's not working that well, but it's a pretty cool feature and might be fixed in the future updates. Next, I'm going to show you how you can lock applications on your phone. Now this is a built-in feature. You don't need to install any third-party application to do that, and you can lock any of these applications on your phone. By the way, you can unlock these locked applications either with a password, face unlock, or even with a fingerprint scanner. You can configure all that from settings. It's a pretty cool feature that comes built with the phone. Next, I'm going to show you how you can hide applications on your phone. So some people might want to hide applications instead of just locking them. So you can do that on this phone. Once again, it's an inbuilt feature and you don't need to install any third-party application. Now once you hide these applications, they won't be visible in the recent tabs or even in the app drawer, and you can't even access them from the Play Store. While you're using this hidden application, it will appear in the recent tabs, and once you remove it from the recent tabs, that application will hide once again. Now to access these hidden applications, there are two ways to do it. Now the first way to access these hidden applications is from the home screen. Once you've enabled this particular toggle, you can just swipe up using 2 fingers on the home screen to access the hidden applications. Another way to see these hidden applications is under the hidden apps feature. You can access them from here. By the way, you need to enter the specific password, fingerprint or facial data to once again view those hidden applications. Next, we have a feature called global search on this phone, which is enabled by default. On your home screen, you can just do a swipe down gesture to bring a global search. Now from this single place, you can search for applications, contacts, messages, files, settings, calendar events, notes, and even App Store. So you just need to search and you'll get results from all these different places. It's pretty helpful and it's pretty similar to the feature on iOS. Next, we have a brand new feature on this phone which allows us to use live wallpapers on lock screen and home screen. And this is how you can do it. Next, we have Nearby Share. Now this feature allows you to share files between different Android devices over Wi-Fi. Almost all the Android phones these days come with Nearby Share. First, you need to enable Nearby Share on both phones. On your phone, set visibility mode to everyone or contacts. If you're sharing files with someone new, then set visibility to everyone. It'll automatically change to contacts after some time. Now once you're done that, select the files that you want to share and click on the share button. You'll see all the nearby devices on the share menu and just click on the nearby device to quickly share those files over Wi-Fi to the other Android device. Now this feature is just like the Share It app, but it's an inbuilt feature that comes on all the latest Android phones. Next, we have Vivo Share or iQOO Share. Now this is an application that you can find on Vivo and iQOO phones. It's just like Share It, but only for Vivo and iQOO phones. It'll allow you to easily share files between Vivo and iQOO phones over Wi-Fi. Here's a quick preview. Next, we have Easy Share. Now this is another sharing application, once again which works like Share It, but you can download it on other phones from the Play Store. Once again, this application allows you to share files or Wi-Fi between two different Android devices very easily. Best part about this application, there are no ads. Next, we can do lots of customization on this phone. First, we can download multiple themes from the theme section and apply any of them. Next, we can also change the color scheme or the UI colors itself. From here, you can change the system and app UI color schemes just by enabling this toggle. We have all these colors available. We also have wallpaper colors. So every time you change the home screen wallpaper, UI colors adapt automatically. This particular color adaptation applies only to the compatible applications. Next, we can change the font and display size on this phone. First of all, we can change the font size from these settings, and from the same place, you can also change the display size as well. Now, when you change the display size, sizes of elements like fonts, images, and icons will be adjusted automatically. Next, we can also change the font style on this phone. Now, first of all, we have some pre-installed fonts, so you can change them directly from here. And if you want, you can even download more according to your preference. Next, we have notification history. Now, once you enable this particular feature, all the notifications that you get will be recorded in the notification history place. So even if you accidentally dismiss a notification from your notification bar, you can still find them in the notification history panel. I would definitely recommend you to use this feature. Next, we have privacy dashboard. Now this particular feature allows you to see which application has access to your camera, GPS, microphone and other permissions. And at the same time, this particular feature allows you to see which applications have used which particular permission at which specific time. So you get a complete timeline history and you can easily find out which applications are misusing permissions, and from here you can also block those applications from accessing those permissions. Next we have a very important security feature called app pinning. Now this is very important if you're someone who often lends your phone to some other stranger or even your friends. Now once you enable this toggle, you will be able to pin applications from the recent apps page. Once you pin an application, you can't go to the home screen, open camera app or open the gallery application. So it improves the security a lot. To unpin an application or to close the app, from the navigation gestures, you can just swipe up from the bottom twice and it takes you to the lock screen, and once you enter the password, that application will be unpinned. If you are using navigation buttons, you can press and hold back button and recent apps button and it will take you to the lock screen. Once again, you can unlock the phone to unpin the application. Next we have blur recent apps. Now there are some applications that you want to blur the interface in the recent apps page. Let's say for net banking applications, you don't want others to check out your balance details or other information. You can blur those applications in the recent apps page. You can do all that from here. Next we have background power consumption management. Now on this phone, apps get killed automatically like most of the time. For some reason, if you don't want some specific applications to be killed automatically, then you can do that from here. Just go to settings, select the individual application and select do not restrict background power usage. Once you do that, this application will not be killed automatically in the background or whenever you lock your phone. Next we have always on display. Now before you get started, here's a quick look at the always on display. Now once you enable this feature, the display is always on even when you lock your phone. On this always on display, you get to see some basic information like date and time, even some short notification icons as well. It's a pretty cool feature, and from settings, you can change the clock style, you can add colors and even schedule it to automatically turn on and turn off at a specific time. Next we have camera gestures. First we have the touch gesture. Once you enable it, you can just touch the preview screen to quickly capture the picture. Wherever you touch, that particular place will be focused. Next we have voice capture. Now once you enable this feature, you can just say cheese to take a picture. Next we have palm capture. Now once you enable this gesture, you can just show your palm for both the front and rear cameras to take a picture automatically after 2 seconds. Here's a quick preview. Next we have a quick shortcut to rotate photos. Normally on other phones, if you want to rotate a photo, you have to select the photo, go to edit and then rotate. But on this phone, on the default albums application, you can just select the photo, open it up and then put 2 fingers on the screen and rotate them manually, clockwise or anti-clockwise to rotate that image. It's a really useful shortcut and I wish others implement this feature as well. Next we have some brand new photo editing options on this phone. Now once again, to use these editing options, we need to open the albums application. Just select the application, go to edit and we have tons of photo editing tools. Out of them all, you might be interested in Object Eraser, where you can erase some objects in the photo. It is still in the beginning phase, but this particular feature works really well. Next we have video editing options. Now this is one of the few phones out there which actually gives us video editing options directly on our phone without installing any third-party applications. If you are a YouTuber or someone who just wants to create some smaller videos directly on your phone, then this can help you a lot. Once again, go to your albums application, select the video, go to edit, and from here, you can actually edit this particular video. You can crop the footage, split it, add extra music track, and do a lot more directly on your phone. Next, we have video compression option. Now this is another unique feature that I found on this phone. Basically, this feature allows you to compress a video all the way from 1080p to 480p. Let's say you want to share a video with your friend, but at a reduced size. Now you can directly compress that video on your phone. There's a reduction in quality as well as the size, and I would say the compression is pretty decent. Next, we can change the screen refresh rate on your phone. Normal phones come with a regular 60Hz screen refresh rate, but obviously your phone has higher screen refresh rate. Now if you go to the display settings, we have a section called screen refresh rate, and from here you can change the screen refresh rate of your phone. By default, it is set to smart switch, so your phone automatically switches the screen refresh rate depending upon what you are doing. Now this can give you the best battery results, but for some reason if you want a constant high screen refresh rate, you can change it from here. Next we have the home screen slide down gesture. Now on this phone by default, whenever you do a slide down gesture on the home screen, it takes you to the global search, which I've talked about earlier. Now from the home screen settings, you can change it to notification panel. Once you do that, you can just do a swipe down gesture on the home screen to pull down the notification bar. If you don't use the global search feature, then you can definitely use this. Next, we can also change the recent tab style. Now, there isn't any complicated stuff going on here. You can just do a pinch out and pinch in gesture on the recent tabs page to change its complete style. Personally, I like the default one. Next, we have Ultra Game Mode. Now, there's a dedicated video where I talk about all the features offered by this mode, but to give you a gist, once you enable the Ultra Game Mode, you get to see a game sidebar whenever you play a game. Now from this game sidebar, you get tons of options. You got the esport mode, autoplay with screen off for games like PUBG. We got frame rate priority, you can block notifications, you can record the screen, take screenshots. Basically, you can do all the stuff related to gaming from this sidebar, and you can access all the settings related to it from the Ultra Game Mode. Basically, it's for gamers, it gives you tons of options. Just check it out. These are some quick tips if you use Face Unlock. In the Face Unlock settings, make sure to enable Fill Light option so that whenever you are using Face Unlock feature in low lighting conditions, display brightness goes up to improve Face Unlock speeds. Next, make sure you disable Stay on Lock Screen option. Now, it's enabled by default, and whenever you use Face Unlock, you will still be on lock screen. You have to manually swipe up on the lock screen to unlock the phone. Disable it and use Face Unlock, then your phone will be completely unlocked. Next, we have Dark Mode. Now you can enable the dark mode from the display settings or directly from the notification toggles. Once you enable it, all the system UI elements and even some system applications and Google applications change from the default light theme to the dark mode or the dark theme. Here's a quick preview. By the way, we can also schedule the dark mode to only work at night, which can also be pretty helpful. Next, we have default app management. Now from this place, you can change your default phone dialer, default SMS application, default browser, and so on. So if you want to change it, you need to come to this place. Next, we have flash notification. Now once you enable this feature, every time you get a call or notification, your flashlight blinks and gives you a notification. Now this particular feature can be pretty handy if your phone is lost and is in silent mode. Next, we have Smart Click or Quick Action. Now once you enable this feature, whenever your phone is locked, you can press and hold the volume down button to turn on the flash. This is a very useful shortcut. Next, we can also display the battery percentage directly on the status bar. If you want to do that, just enable this toggle. Next, we can also display the network usage on the status bar, like how much you're downloading and how much you're uploading. You can check out all that information on the status bar just by enabling this toggle. Next, I'm going to show you how to disable the lock screen carousel or the lock screen poster. Now, on your phone, whenever you go to the lock screen, do you see a different wallpaper every time? If you don't like this particular feature, you need to disable the lock screen carousel or the lock screen poster from the lock screen settings. And this is how you can do it. Just disable the toggle to have a static lock screen wallpaper. So guys, these are the most important tips and tricks for your phone. If I missed out on anything important, do let me know by commenting below this video. With that said, this is Nikhil signing off.